URT. Who are we? URT. This is the URT. You are the URT. Welcome to the URT. Big up, people. Big up. We've got a show for you tonight. How are we doing? We're varying the times we're going live. We're varying it. We're varying it. We keep you guessing. We keep you guessing. Hey, we're having it. I'm laughing at the downfall of Ineos. I'm laughing at the downfall of Ineos. We're going to break down the Delap situation. But good luck to Delap. I hope he chose right and he chose the club that can further develop develop him as a young player and as a striker. But we'll get into it. We'll also talk about all Man UFC related news. Ahmad didn't have to apologize to no one. Middle finger, middle finger. People are so offended these days about middle finger. He didn't utter a word. He just put this up. That's all he did. Put that up, man. That's it. It's simple. Leave the kid alone. Leave the kid alone. Big up the people. Big up, big up, big up the people. Big up the people. Yo, I want to also take this opportunity to apologize to Brian Robson. If you watched yesterday's Mandem, I said that, man was partial to a drink and passed out down in a game. And I did help him. I did pick the legend up. I picked the legend up. He didn't have a clue who the F I was. Picked him up, put him in a taxi. You know what I mean? Put him in a taxi. Sorted. See, that's me going out in these streets, saving our legends. Saving the legends. It is what it is. But hey, I'll drink to that herbal tea. We keep it strictly herbal around here. But no shaming people if they're into alcohol. No shaming. Have a beer. Have a beer on Ineos tears. They told us all they're best in class. They're best in nonsense. They're best in Poundland. Nothing wrong with Poundland. I've been there. A few bargains in Poundland, people. Don't be looking down on Poundland. But genuinely, they said they're best in class. They're best in recruitment. Inject it into my veins, mate. Inject it into my veins. To be fair, the mix. We're gonna also look at the reaction from the United fans. Really, there's a mixed reaction. But I told you a long time ago that Manchester United is Chelsea's little poodle. I remember when Chelsea used to have cars parked behind their goal. I'm telling you, just Google cars parked behind in the Chelsea stadium. They used to have cars behind their goal. That's the Chelsea I remember. And now Chelsea bully us. In the last 20 odd years, yeah, anytime United went for a player, Chelsea then went for the same player. Chelsea always win. But they palmed us off to Mason Mount for 55 million. Oh, God. 55 million. That's the biggest own ever. That is the biggest own ever. Big up to all of you, man. Big up to all of you. Big up. Yes. What in the Gavin Peacock is going on here, Matt? What in the Gavin Peacock is going on here? Yes. Matt remembers. Big up. Big up to all of you, man. Mods, get on it. Let's get to 100 likes ASAP. Let's do this. We're on a run, man. I'm doing a show every day. Every single day I'm doing a show. So let's be having you, people. Let's be having you. Big up, Carla Derbyshire. Big up to you. Love and light always. Solidarity. Yes. Let's do this. Ten Hag needs to pay for what he has done. Damn, Ten Hag. I'm telling you now, the worst signing in Ten Hag's era, I don't think it's Rasmus. I think it's Mason Mount. We'll rank it. Who's the worst signing? Then Unana and Mason Mount. I forgot that he signed Unana as well. Lord, help me. Ya Allah, Ya Rabbi. Help me, people. Big up to everybody. A photo, Amman holding his middle finger up was because he was target of a serious personal abuse for a Manchester United fan in Malaysia. Amman was left upset as he boarded the team bus. John Spencer. There you go, Matt. Demeris, carry on, yeah. This is the Chelsea I remember, Matt. And now they bully Manchester United. We're their little poodle. We are Chelsea's little poodle. Yes, Paul, you know who we are. We know what we are. We're Chelsea's little poodle. That's who we are. That's who we are, mate. That's who we are. Trust me. Oh, man. Ten Hag looks like Brian Clough compared to Amorim. Hey, it's joke hour. It's not laughing hour, people. It's joke hour. Let's go. Let's go. Mount is worse than Unada. Yeah, pick up Midnight Madness. Yo, it's the Midnight Madness, man. Ruben Amorim, Alessandro Garnacho being on tour. It's not a surprise. He's the player of Manchester United. All players are here. Some players are injured, and it was better for them not to fly here. Yo, let's do it, people. Let's do it. Let's do it. So, let me get the news up, man. Of course, you all know, but let me give you my 2 pence in it. My 2 pence. Different people are giving it different things, but let me give my 2 pence. My 2 pence, people. My 2 pence. Let's share this. And tonight, by the way, people are talking about, look at this guy there. 1 chance, 99 faith. Oh my God, boy, the fan days, it's over. That's why I say to you, how can rival fans ever banter me? How can rival fans ever banter we? No rival fans can ever banter us. No rival fans. We got Ineos and Glazers bantering us on the regular, on that regular banter. So please don't tell me. Let's go here, people. Let's go here. But my guy, Mr. Here We Go. Mr. Here We Go. Mr. Here We Go. Let's go to Mr. Here We Go. There we go. This is the news, people. This is the news. Chelsea have booked the medical for Liam Delap after agreement sealed on personal terms and 30 million release clause activated. Delap has spoken to Enzo Maresca, crucial factor to make the deal happen. They always love to add that little bit, you know. They always need to add that deal. He spoke to Enzo Maresca, a crucial factor in making the deal happen. Obviously, he's going to play with a lot of better players. He's not going to be playing for Ipswich. But I'm going to tell you the reason why he's gone there. I'm going to tell you the reason why he's gone there. We're going to break it down. We're going to break it down. But people, smash the likes. Nearly 100 of you in here. How many likes? Let's get to 100 likes ASAP. Holy crap. It's Trevor Chalobah. I'm here. Do I look like Trevor Chalobah? Big up, Mr. Trevor Chalobah. But yeah, Mr. Delap, mate. Mr. Delap is gone. His dad was a long throw merchant. Matt Nutton remembers that. How many of you remember Rory Delap? The Stoke days, mate. He used to roll up the man used to roll up his sleeves, you know. Launch it, get it in the mixer. Mixer Rory Delap, mate. Get it, throw it in the mixer, mate. My guy should have been a javelin. But this is his son, and he's rejected Manchester United. After every journalist and Manchester United put it out, this is how embarrassing it is, yeah? For the Wilcox and the Baradas and all these clowns that they keep telling you, the best in class. We've got the best in class. Best in nonsense, mate. Best in the bin. That's what you've got. Best in the effing bin. So basically, what these United have been putting it out there. It's come from the club. That Delap's got an amazing relationship. Delap's got an amazing relationship, they kept telling the people. Amazing relationship with Jason Wilcox. Jason Wilcox is sealed already. He is very keen to bring the England youngster to Manchester United. Chelsea going, and so Maresca's like, yeah, see you later, mate. So, joking aside, to put it aside, to get into more of a serious analysis, most people don't know and understand. Majority of footballers moving this summer, especially majority of players who are playing for, who have got international contention, are playing to go to football clubs where they're going to play every game. Now, that doesn't mean that Delap would have come to Manchester United, but Delap knows Manchester United and it's not where we are. We're going to struggle. He's going to be in another struggling team next season. While Chelsea, say whatever you want about them, they've got some of the best young, bright talents in the country already there. So they're looking to build a team that it maybe can challenge in a year or two's time. So Rory Delap is looking at the England squad and thinking, I need to be on the plane to the US come next summer. So what do I need to do? Who can help me? He's looking at it thinking, he's away with the England on the 21s at the moment. He's going away with the England 21s, right, this summer. He's thinking, who's going to get me to the senior England call-up to be in that 20 or 30 or 25-man squad that are going to the US? That's what his motivations is. He looks at both Manchester United. He looks at the goals we've scored. He looks at the goals, the chance creation. He looks at Chelsea and says, they've got two wingers. I'm going to be in the box. I'm going to be able to play. I've got Caicedo. They got the other guy, Enzo Fernandez. The creative midfielder. I'm actually going to score more goals being a Chelsea player than I will score goals being a Manchester United player. He's not stupid. He thought he was a footballer. The people advising him are not stupid. He's looking at thinking, I'm going to come to and struggle as maybe a relegation fodder, or am I going to go to be the Champions League's not that big. His big thing is, how do I get into the senior squad? How do I make sure I'm on the plane in the summer, next summer? How am I in the plane to go to that World Cup? He doesn't matter whether he's going to be a sub on the bench. He just needs to get on that plane. In a World Cup, anything can happen. He can come on, substitution can come on, anything can happen. That is the reason why he's gone there. That is the reason why he's gone there. And anybody else is going to tell you differently. Anybody else is going to tell you any differently. So that is one of the reasons why. And mark my words, no other is going to tell you this, give you this level of insight. But majority of footballers are moving. This is one of those that if their team has the chance of qualifying for the World Cup, majority of footballers are thinking, how can I get into a team where and this is where majority of footballers are doing the extra running. This pre-season for a lot of footballers, especially those who are from countries that regularly qualify for the World Cup, they're going all out. They're thinking, how am I, is my place secured in that flight to the US to go to that World Cup 2026? That's what they're thinking about. They're not thinking about champions. Nah, all of that. You can fall out of the Champions League. I mean, Chelsea, embarrassing, celebrating. Oh, my God. And they're saying, we've completed all the trophies in Europe. You absolute donut. This conference thing was invented last couple of months, 2 seasons ago, 3 seasons ago. You are taking the piss. Conference, celebrating a conference, that just shows you. See, you can still be Chelsea, 1 Champions League, 2 Champions Leagues. You can still win all those leagues. But when you still have small club mentality, you will have small club mentality. Don't get it twisted. I bet Chelsea fans, tell me if you're doing a parade through London, West London. You're doing a... No, you know what? I'm not going to lie to you. I rate the Carabao Cup more than I will ever rate conference. At least the Carabao Cup has got some history. The League Cup, different. It's always named after the sponsors, but it will always be called the League Cup. It will always be called the League Cup. The League Cup has more tradition and more history than conference. Are you taking the piss? You're in the conference. It doesn't on the title. It's on the name. Conference. Oh my God. But anyway, the other thing that he has to look at, obviously, he only get one type of career. You don't want to make big mistakes. He sees and understands that how Rasmus Højlund gets cooked on the daily on Twitter. Does he need that? No. At Chelsea, because they got so many big players, young players, you know, from the Netos to the Madueke to the Enzo Fernandez to, Casados, to those type of players. They've got too many players, so the blame will be shared around. It won't be him that's getting cooked, just him alone. The blame will be shared around on Chelsea, on the Chelsea Twitter. But at the end of the day, the type of football Chelsea play, actually, he's the type of football that Amorim wants to play would have suited his game. But at Chelsea, he's not going to be the only striker. I'm hearing tonight, well, allegedly, news is breaking that Chelsea are also in for Gorkayas. So they're not just buying one striker, they're getting two strikers, Chelsea. So it is what it is, people. Manchester United is Chelsea's little poodle bitch. That's what we are. Facts. That's what we are. We're the little poodle bitch. That's what we are. Little poodle bitch. That's what we are owned. We get combed. we get taken for a walk on the leash. That's what happens. That's what happens. PSG have made a strong advance to sign Man UFC's linked Franco Montantio, holding a meeting that I hate that. This is the biggest bullshit thing ever. Who's what? Manchester United link. Behave yourselves, man. Behave yourself. Who are you going to go to? I'm asking you, all of you in the chat, a question. That's the poll, right? Mugs, if you're going to get people to like the video, I want you to, I'm going to ask the question. You, if it's your son or you as a footballer, what football club are you going to sign for? Would you sign for Manchester United? Pretend that you're not a fan of Manchester United. You will not be signing for a relegation footer, for a team that's struggling in the bottom half of the table. You will not be going for that team. So let's not go there. Soul to Soul, the greatest soul album made in the UK, back to life, back to reality. What do you know about Soul to Soul, people? What do you know about Soul to Soul? So here we are. Here we are, people. Here we are. Chelsea are in talks with Jadon Sancho representatives on a new contract term. They want him to stay, but his contract has to fit in on their wage structure. Listen, he's going to sign wherever it is. He's going to play for free. He don't want to come back to Manchester United. Listen to people as well who are getting gas. There's nothing in this. Bruno Fernandes staying at Manchester United. I just need you to understand is that Bruno's agent has other players. Do you think his agent has only got Bruno in the books? His agent has got other players, especially loads of Portuguese players who are partial to that Saudi money. I don't blame them. I don't blame them. Yo, are you taking the mic? That means that, yo, I can lift my whole community, my whole people, my whole family out of poverty. I can secure the back. Yo, go ahead. That's Saudi money. When there is poverty in Saudi Arabia, you wouldn't believe that, would you? There is poverty in Saudi Arabia. There is poverty. There is poverty. But these dumbos, these filthy Zionist pieces of shit would rather give it to show off and give the money to footballers than actually make sure that the people in their country are eating. You would never think that. None of you would ever think, oh, Saudi, they're very rich. No, there's the people who are starving, mate. There are people who are starving. There are people who are starving. But so please miss me out with this. But we'll have to report it. Obviously, it's the news. And this is the news. All this is going to be news. We're not going to be reacting to games. We're not going to be doing previews for games. We're going to be reacting to Manchester United news. Manchester United Daily News. We're here. The Therapy Daily News. But people, I'm gonna start the poll. I'm going to start the poll. Forget about players. Would you sign for Manchester United? If you're a player, in the Prem or in the top teams in Europe, are you signing for Manchester United, for Man UFC? Yay. Yay or nay, people. Yay or nay. There we go, people. Let's get in the poll. Vote. Let's do it. Let's vote. Yay or nay? Let's do it, people. Let's get to 100 likes quickly. I've been up 100 likes. Target is 200 likes tonight. The target is 200 likes. So, mods, get on it. We're not even 100 likes yet. We've been live for half an hour. Genuinely. Do you guys... Lwani, let me know if you're free. I'll send you the link. Exclusive. Carla Torre, Pep Linders are two options under consideration in Manchester City to be part of Pep Guardiola's staff. Discussions, new staff members soon follow departure of who? Jabata of John Lido, Ingo Dominguez, and Carlos Vinkins. Wow. Yo, it's not messing about. Pep's decided to change it all, man. Pep has decided to change it all. I don't blame Delap. Why come to United under Amarin and be made a new scapegoat for not scoring more goals in the season than he has ever scored in his life? It's no-brainer. 100%. Big up to you. MB, the creator. Big up Captain Traore, Captain Traore, Captain Traore. Captain Traore, Captain Traore. Big up MB. You know that. I love your politics, bro. I love your politics. Rejection FC. La, 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 la. Rejection FC. La, 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 la. Yeah, man. Big up to Chelsea fans. Wear your poodle in there. Big up Maximum. Wear your little poodle. You take us for a walk, bro. No notification again, yeah, because I'm shadow banned, bro. Because they don't want me. They don't ever want me to talk about Palestine. So that's the reason why, people. But we say, we give them this. Since we're on that, let's give them that. Yeah? Give it to Ahmad. Give it to Ahmad to YouTube and Google, yeah? You Zionist pieces of shit. There you go. You get that. We don't care, people. But like, subscribe. Let people know about the channel, bro. Danny B, let people know about the channel, bro. Let people know about the channel. Let people know about the community. Let's get to 100 likes quickly, people. It's 200 likes. 200 likes for me being live on a late one. But yeah, you are getting Jamie Vardy, and that's your standard now. Vardy, he's having a party. Yo, Vardy is having a party. We should go for Lwani. Okay, that's a shout. That's a shout. How has he done? What? Tell me. Tell me about how he's done in his loan at Juventus. Tell me. Okay, fair play. Fair play. Fair play. Fair play. You know what? That's a fair point. That is a fair point. Now, Nuruddin, we're a young team. These players haven't seen a trophy. Let them have their moment. Yeah, fair play. But come on. So the Chelsea standard that you set in the last decade and a half, last 20 years, celebrating a conference like that is mad. The Conference League is money-making scheme. We all know why it's created. Only existed 3 years. 100%. Yo, we're getting Gorkes. Who's that? Big G. B-I-G, talk to me. You Chelsea. You're getting Gorkes as well. Nora, we ain't that shameless. Chelsea fans are turning up, man. Wolves could win the Europa Conference League, 100%. 100%, man. West Ham did it. Delap and Carroll don't need him. Delap is Andy Carroll, don't need him. Wow. Okay, so you're a United fan. I forgot Quenda too, with the striker also looking to go to Arsenal. It shows me that Amarin, former players, don't rate and respect him as much as the former players usually do. Yeah. Really, the difference in the Carabao is that it's been longer than that shitty conferences. Why would you ever be in that league? Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, man, big up, big up, Nuruddin. God bless Yemen, Gaza. Yeah, man, big up to my Yemeni people. Big up to my Yemeni people, man. The only people I respect in this fucking world, man. The Yemenis. I respect the Yemeni people, man. People on my own heart. People on my own heart. Love to the Yemenis, man. People who suffered so much in so many years, but yet stand up and be counted. Not like the belly dancers. Not like the belly dancers. Bro, Jackson gets cooked even when he's sleep cheeky. Man, that's, yo. Liam Delap, Ipswich, has reached an agreement with Chelsea. Deal progressed well with Chelsea on the verge of activating the release clause. Yeah, we already seen that. But big up to everybody. Please smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Manchester United, go okay. No, he's not. Chelsea are after him. Chelsea are after him. Breaking tonight. News coming out. Chelsea are after Gorkayas as well. And I promise you, if that is true, Gorkayas is going to Chelsea. He's going to Chelsea. That's what's happening. Big up Suzanne. Love Suzanne. Agree, Rudin. Of course, Chelsea won't just buy Delap. That's how United get one guy, lumber them with all the pressure. Delap should always sign with another striker. 100%. I kept saying that. Actually, I rate him. I think he's a talent. I think his raw materials is already, there's something there. There's a player there. I think it's about developmental plan for a striker like him. He has to get better on all the different things. Like, for example, he wins a lot of headers in the box. When the ball, set pieces or when the ball comes, but he doesn't know how to direct them. So working on other things to make him that top player. But I love the way he shoots both right foot, left foot. Finishes, man. He knows how to crack a football. He don't mess about. He's got no backlifts in some of his shots. I rate him. I said this before even United were linked with him. At the beginning of the season, I said, yo, that Delap kid. And then I went to watch him at Old Trafford. Actually, he didn't have a good game that day. But the way he occupied the two centre-halves was really impressive. On the ball, he wasn't that great. But the way he occupied the two centre-halves was fantastic. And he's not that great with his feet in really tight, close spaces. But you can get better. He's 22 years old. I always have to explain to people. Didier Drogba at 22 was playing in the second division of France. Facts. Go and look it up if you think I'm lying. I ain't lying, people. So, yeah. So, for me, they've got a player. Chelsea have got a player. Big up to Chelsea. But he's not the guy that you sign and it's the only striker that you sign. He's not. He's not the only striker that you sign. He is not. You're going to have to go and get other players. Yes, Lwani. I'll send the link now. Big up to Lwani. Big up to my brother Lwani, man. Big up to my brother Lwani. Let me send you the link now, rude boy. There you go. Jump on, brother. Jump on, Lwani. Man like Lwani. Jump on. He's jumping on people. He's jumping, and I want to hear Lwani's take. Anybody else in the chat who wants to jump on, let me know. No singing if a young player and is toxic. No sign. Yeah, pick up Lwani. Lwani's here. Lwani's here. He's here. The king is here. The king has arrived. King Lwani. How are you, bro?
Good. How are you doing?
How's the weather in the New York area, New Jersey? Are you in New Jersey or New York?
New York.
New York.
Yep.
Lwani, don't mess about, you know.
I'm all the way up in the boondocks.
In the boondocks. So
Yes,
how far are you from the city center, from Times Square?
I'm 3 hours out. I'm actually closer to the border, to the Canadian border than I'm to New York City.
Wow, so you're in New York State.
Yes, I'm in New York State. So 3 hours from where I live to Montreal, 3 hours from where I live to Manhattan. So
do you ever go to Montreal?
Yeah, I go to Montreal. I have a brother in Montreal, and I have another brother in Quebec. So I go there often.
Easy now. Don't mess about, you know. The Lwani is a takeover. It's a takeover on North America. Big up Lwani. Lwani, talk to me. Listen, we're getting embarrassed. We always knew, I always said that we're Chelsea's little bitch poodle. You know what I mean? They take us for a walk. In the last 20 odd years, yeah, anytime Manchester United have gone for a player, Hazard, Pedro, so many other players. We even on loan, players we tried to get on loan, Chelsea get them on loan. Felix, and now Delap. I tried to explain to them, he thinks where he's going to score more goals so that he is with you next summer, not this summer, but the summer next year, to be on that plane with England in the squad. That's what players are moved. The players and their agents and their families and the people who support them are making strategic moves, because for the countries that regularly qualify for the World Cup, they're thinking, how can I get on that plane? How can I get on that plane? And where is I best suited to go on, play and score goals? Do you agree or disagree?
I 100% agree with you. If you're a Manchester United fan and you're coping hard with this kind of situation, that means that you haven't come to term yet. So you haven't come to grasp with who we are as a club at this point in time. Honestly, you can knock the kid for choosing Chelsea. Yes, we all want him to come here, but just say to yourself, if Delap was your sibling, your friend, would you recommend him to go on a club that live on a credit card? We are being in debt for what, 10 years, and we are 700 million debt, and if you add another 300 million to that, which is about transfer fees and all that, we're almost £1 billion in debt. One day the kid, if he signed for us, one day he might be there trying to do grocery, and his credit card, his check will bounce. So I don't blame him. Joke aside, though, I believe his entourage did a good job advising him. The only thing we can flaunt in front of for him to come here is the prestige that the name carries. And if we are being honest to ourselves and look at the hard fact, we will say, oh, we're Manchester United. He'll say, yeah, but you finished 15th. And I'm pretty sure he hired his own analytical team. They look on the table, they look at the statistic. Chelsea create more chance than us. Chelsea rank, I think, 3rd in chance creation, only behind Liverpool and a City. And if given the chance to choose between playing, having a supply line of Cole Palmer, Enzo Fernandez, Lavia, or Caicedo, and Bruno and question mark, I'd rather choose the first option, right? So you can knock the kid. I think he made the right choice for his career. And like you're talking about, you also talk about the national team and the possibility of him eyeing the World Cup. That also plays a good part. They are in the Champions League. Basically, pretty much the odds are stacked against us. And I've known that since Matthias Tel reject us for Tottenham. I've come to grasp with what kind of club we are and where we are as a club. So I'm not surprised.
Odds, it's laughable. We haven't even got likes. We haven't even got 100 likes. And we're 200 likes here already. So people, our target's 200 likes. Can we do it? Let's do it, people. It's a late night stream. I could be watching a movie or going to bed now, but I'm up here with you guys doing this video. So let's do it. Let's do it. It costs you absolutely nothing. Let's do it. Lwani, I 100% agree with you. Until that Manchester United is a joke of a football club. We're Comedy FC. And it's so embarrassing that Manchester United was so confident in signing this player. They put it out there. They put it out into the press as a part of the PR to soften the blow that the fact that we finished 15th. Because this kid, I actually rate him. I think he's got really good raw attributes. I think with the right developmental coaching plan, I think he could be a proper player. I think that. I've already said I've seen enough raw. He's got these raw materials that to actually help him, develop him into a world-class striker one day. 100%. I see the potential in him. But the fact that they put it out there, they said, and they actually cited Jason class in the bin. You know what they called it? They called it the words they always use is that best in class, best in the bin, as I call it. Best in the bin, Man United. he was like, his personal relationship with him was the best thing about him. So at the end of the day, people, it's laughable. It's absolutely laughable that Chelsea just come in. Chelsea just come in and say, nah, thank you. Chelsea just snap him up. Let me just check the poll out. The poll that we've set, bro, is that, let me just check. Okay, actually, it's quite okay. If you're a player in the Premier League or in a top European club, are you signing for Manchester United? Obviously, a lot of them are United fans are biased, but they go 38% say yes, 62% say no.
I voted. I say yes.
You know what I mean? 62% say no.
No, the true noting is that the burden of signing for Manchester United is not just about leading the line if you're a striker. You literally being asked to carry this club on your shoulders, and being bring it back from the ashes. Is not easy. That's not a one man job. But compared to going to Chelsea, for example, where the only thing you have to do is the structure is already there, and the only thing you have to do is compete against another striker. Obviously, the kid back himself to a certain extent. He think he's better than Jackson, which I believe. Compared to coming to United, where he doesn't have any competition, obviously, because Rasmus is definitely not going to start over him. But when you look at the situation in general, the situation of the club, where the club have been for the past 10 years, he did his homework and he chose wisely. I cannot knock him for that.
Yeah. Big up to space and time continuum. Nuruddin, you need to rave about change and new football structure. Now that you're the first to give up, progress takes time. Let them cook. Abandoning hope now goes against everything you believed in. You know what? Space continuum. Space time continuum. Did I ever have faith in Ineos? Are you taking the piss? You're just trolling me right now. You're trolling me. Everything you said would be 100% correct if I had faith in the new ownership, in 28% quarter sexuals, twerkers. If I believed in the 28% twerkers, are you taking the piss? If whatever thing you said, if I had faith in them, would be correct. But I have zilch faith. They took me to 15. So where do I believe in? Are you taking the piss? That's the troll of all trolls. Man did me dirty, Man did me dirty. I'm going to have to, I'm going to start up. Big up to you. One of the best trolls ever. Big up to you. Big up to you.
I have a question for space-time continuum. Space-time continuum. This is all about what are you like? What principle do you stand for as a human being? I've been on stream here and I've been on record telling Nuruddin that, we shouldn't be worried about the Glazer. Why do we want to count the Glazers' money? We should just enjoy the football that's on the pitch and hold those who are responsible for the kind of football we play in accountable and leave the Glazers' pockets separate from what's happening on the pitch. But the reality is that I I went to read a lot extensively about the history of the club and the Glazer and the way they're managing the club. And with all the information that I went through, I'm just a convert. At this point, you can run a club like that. You can be a human, have principle, and look at the way they run in the club and agree with what they're doing. It's even hard to support the football after that. Look, we have 640 almost redundancy coming. Those are normal people, regular Joes like you and me, just losing their job. We might not know them directly because we're overseas, but the reality is that if you balance that against the Glazers making salaries for themselves and still pocketing the money while we're doing record revenue. And every time they have the opportunity, they just refinance the debt. They don't pay it off, they don't pay a portion of it, they just refinance it. And they keep kicking the can down the road, and that can keep getting bigger, bigger. This is gonna end up badly. You know, you guys, if you're a human, yes, we're here to enjoy the football, but at the end of the day, what is Manchester without his origin story? He come from the rare yard, right? The rare yard, regular people just that came create the club. Now it's in the hands of vulture. That's the word Nuruddin used, and rightfully so, because they're taking money out of the club and they're not even doing it legally. And we don't know how when it's going to end. So for me, it's just hard to support the rest of what they're doing.
Yeah, yeah. For me, it's simple. It's simple, and I swear to God, do you think I ever wanted to come and set up a channel and come up against the football club that I love and support? No, but I had to tell. It's there. It's there, and everybody can see it, people. It's absolutely there. Nuruddin, what are you saying here? Oh, no, it's the same comment. Yeah, it's an absolute joke. It's an absolute joke.
I'll even
Manchester,
use this analogy. When you go to a restaurant and the cook that came to serve you the food have tears in his eyes. I mean, you feel compelled to ask them what's wrong, even if the food, no matter how good the food is. You know, there have to be a human element to you that look at the way the Glazers are running the club. And I said, nah, this is not right. So what do you stand for?
facts. What are you guys standing for? For me, at the end of the day, like I said, I've accepted long time ago, and I told everybody and their nan that Manchester United, the days of Manchester United competing for a Champions League or competing for a Premier League are over. And I've been right. I said that almost 7, 8 years ago. I said that 7 to 8 years ago. And every point I've been proven right. I don't sit on the fence. I come out and say it. And if I'm wrong, I put my hand up. Because mine is a football opinion. If I'm wrong about my football club and my football club is doing well, happy days. But I pay attention very closely to how this football club moves. That's why I've set up this channel, Therapy. Because I knew. Why do you think I call this the Therapy channel? Why is it United Real Therapy? Because it's not United Toxic Positive Therapy. It's United Real. It is in there. It's United Real Therapy. Here, the truth gets exposed for what it is. You never see me asking for you to become a member. I'm not asking you to clickbait the hell out of you. No, I don't do that. I actually come out and come against. I'm anti-clickbait. But what I'm going to do is that everything that I've said and predicted have come right. I've done the research on Ineos. I know who Ineos are. I know what they are. I know their record in sport. They've not what. Everything they touch goes to dust. Goes in the bin. Everything they touch goes in the bin. So please, give it a flipping rest telling me I need to have faith. I don't need to have faith in nobody. And we're hearing tonight honestly, some things we're hearing is that he might be going to Gokares. I can never pronounce his name. Is it Gokares? Lwani, how do you pronounce his name? Gokares?
I pronounce it
Gokares?
5 different times. Gyökeres or something?
Gokares. Yeah. Gyökeres is apparently being linked with Chelsea.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
It's apparently being linked with Chelsea.
Todd Boy is playing his own football monopoly over there.
Yeah.
You know, my beef. You see, with Amorim, my beef with Amorim have always been football related until he came out and start talking about the FFP. Then that become personal. Why are you as a manager come out and talking about FFP? Did the Glazers invite you into their office, and did the Glazer family open their account book to you and show you how they running the financial operation day to day, how they siphoning money out of the club, how they refinancing the debt, the debts? Do you know? Do you have any information about any of that? Why are you coming talking about FFP? So you just regurgitating the talking point of Ineos. Anything they give you to read, you just come out and read. Come on, where's your pride? You know, this is where I start having an issue with him on a personal level.
Listen. This is what got reported tonight. This is 3 hours ago. Chelsea to join the race side, Victor. Your caress. I think the G is silent. If I'm right, your caress. Yeah, G is silent. Yeah. Your caress. Yes, your caress. I think that's what it is. So there we are, people. There we are. Nothing will change. Same players next season. One signing only. Amorim will be sacked. Yes, Shankly. Yes, Sharky.
You see, unlike Chelsea, you see what Chelsea does, Nuruddin? Unlike us, they put the burden of winning on the manager. So they sign all the players they can sign, and then when the manager doesn't win, they just sack him. But when it comes to us, it's like we put the burden of winning on the players. So the manager come in, say, hey, I need specific players to play a specific way or to win. And they go buy him the players. And when it doesn't work out, we stand up and say, these players are shit. Chelsea just does the opposite. So we shall see.
Yeah. Listen, no. Lwani is a G, mate. Lwani is a permanent fixture of this channel. When he's free, brother, even when he's on road. Lwani, how come you're not working this today? You're not on road. You've finished your job.
Yeah, it's been a slow week because Monday was a holiday. So Tuesday I didn't really go out. I went out. I didn't go far, but my car has some electrical issues. So I got it at the shop.
Best to chill. Best to chill, mate. No electric. You breaking down, bro, on the road, getting ripped off. No chance.
Yeah. So I'm home today, but I'll be leaving in the AM, like 4 a.m. I'll be on the road. Yeah.
What time is it over there in New York?
Oh, right now it's like 7:22 p.m.
7 in the evening. 7:22 in the evening. There you go. Could be anywhere else, but he's here live with us, man. Could be enjoying his evening. And the weather's been nice. Yeah, in New York State, the weather's nice.
Yeah, rainy, shiny, alternating. So I don't complain. I like the rain, actually.
There we go. You know what somebody said to me the other day? It's really interesting. Soul Searcher said, Ineos are the nail in the coffin. Somebody said to me, they said, Jim is a big United fan. He's come to wreck the club and then take over, chase the Glazers out. It's all a plan. He said to me, it's all a plan. All of it is a plan to get the Glazers out.
You know, I don't even think Jim know what he's
Let's see. People, let's get to 150 likes ASAP. Mods, get on it, Jamie. Get on it, Matt. Let's do it, man. Let's get to 150 likes ASAP. Let me update you on the vote. The vote, actually, 40% yes if you're in the Premier League or in a top European club when you come to Manchester United. Actually, 41% say yes, 59% say no. Interesting. People have the faith. Obviously, it's United fans. Yeah, man, we call it out if we see it.
You know, Nuruddin, when it come to Amorim, for example, eventually everybody is gonna have a double face, right? You remember he came out talking about people are losing their job, like serious things are happening. So on one hand, you can come out and say people are losing their job, that's a serious matter. And then on the other hand, you can come out and say that you want a specific type of player with no objection on how much they might spend to get the player. So which one is it? You know, because you know that the Glazer in other Ineos are cutting people's job so they can put together some funds that will go into the transfer. So both are linked. Maybe if you don't want people to lose their job, you should do what you can with what you have first. Right? So I don't get that paradox when it comes to the manager.
Yeah. Right. Listen, big up to Matthew. Matthew, love to you and bless you and welcome as well. Please, people, if some of you are new, please subscribe to the channel. We're shadow banned because we stand up for humanity, because we stand up against oppression, the industrial military complex. We stand up against the CIA and the MI6 and all of the people try to do skullduggery things around this world who are constantly oppressing people. Free Palestine, the flag is there. The flag's there. And the book is there. The Sotsal are not giving a F. There you go, people. Big up to football. Says, Nuruddin, looking back now, I don't know how we won Premier League titles with the Glazers. Well, it was Fergie. Fergie's genius. Fergie ran everything. Fergie was a general manager, sporting director, technical director, the coach. He was doing it all. He had all the help. Fergie employed everybody to help him in what was going on. But towards the end, Fergie kept telling us, and Fergie kept doing the Glazers talking point, saying there was no value in the market. Bullshit. While the top 8 clubs in Europe were recruiting all the best players. So let's get the facts right. Cyclists running your football, right? Cyclists running a football crew. What would we expect? Absolute mediocrity. Go Caress. Your caress is your caress. But big up to you, Mr. B. Big up to everybody. Please, we're not in 150 likes, are we? We're not even 150 likes, honestly. We're not even 150 likes. Listen, YouTube and Google battle against me because I shout for the humanity. If you see your own humanity and you see the humanity of people who are oppressed around this world, like the video, it costs you absolutely nothing. Let's get to 200 likes. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel. Big up to all you lot. Big up to all you people. It costs you absolutely nothing. So more people can see the video so we can build the community and be anti-war, be anti-genocide, be anti-dehumanization. That's what we want to be, people. So I don't know if you've been following it. We keep saying it, Lwani. We keep saying it, and we said it. We said that this tour is laughable. And we always say no rival fans can ever banter us, Lwani, because the way the Glazers and now Ineos banter the United fans, no other rival fans has that level of power over us. Our own owners take the piss out of Manchester United and take the piss out of us and embarrass us. So nobody can embarrass us. But anyway, what did you think about the open bus parade in Jakarta? Was it in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia? And did you see the fans booing and walking out the stadium?
No, then you see, when you're talking about what the club was versus what he became, this is one of those situations. How much are we trying to get from that tour? 10 million? Is it worth it to put the players?
No, let me correct you. It's sterling. It's something like 8 million. 7.9 million.
Even worse.
Nearly 8 million sterling.
Even worse. What is it worth it to put the players through this situation for a little extra money? And how much of that money is going to actually go into the Glazers' pocket, and how much is going to go into the next transfer, next transfer budget? This whole thing is laughable. They should let the players go on vacation and start preparing for next season seriously. But yet, we probably the one team that starts the preseason ahead of everybody else with this tour. This is not going to do anything. It's not going to make the team better. It's not going to make us prepare better for next year. This is just PR and PR. And I heard somewhere that they're trying to move the team from the the stocks from the New York Stock Exchange to the Malaysian Stock Exchange. I'm not sure. That's a maybe this whole thing is part of it, because if you follow the story of the Glazers, when they first acquired Manchester United, they listed it from the from England, the stock exchange, and moved it to New York Stock Exchange for a reason. And then after a while, they didn't have enough money to refinance the debt, so they have to come up with, you know, different ways to gather money. First of all, they break it down. They broke down the stock, class A, class B, and then made the class A available for the public. And the class A stock didn't have any. They didn't have any. I think they didn't have any voting power, and they didn't have any dividend that come with them. And the class B stock that have 10 times the voting power of the class A were actually reserved for only the Glazer family. And still, with the money that they raised, I think they were able to raise like 500 million or something, or between 300 and 500 million. And that money still didn't go toward paying the debt. Most of the money still went into their pocket. And a few years later, they still come up with another way to they have to sell bonds to raise money to pay the debt, and still that money didn't go toward the debt. The debt keep increasing, the interest keep increasing. And guess when a group of United fans, I think the Red Knights, is a group of lawyers.
Yo, big up people. Lwani, hold it right there. Lwani's been reading. Lwani's been reading, people. Lwani's been doing some research.
Okay. I'm so, you know, I'm shocked when I read this kind of thing. You see, when those group of
remember, Lwani, it was only 2 weeks ago you were arguing with me, telling me forget about the game.
I know that's my fault because I didn't know much. You know, when these people came together, they put 1.2 million evaluation together to wrestle the team away from the Glazers. The Glazers refused to sell. They said they didn't want to sell. And guess who came out in support of them? David Gill, people.
Yes.
The United chief executive. He came out and said that the Glazers were running the club the right way. Again,
yeah. Can I tell you something? The days before the takeover in 2005, Gill and Fergie both came out and said, no, this is a hostile takeover. We don't accept this. 2 days later, they made him the highest paid CEO, and they made Fergie the highest paid coach. Both of them start talking different, Lwani. Lwani.
Okay.
Lwani.
Okay.
Lwani, the money, that money. Salute, King. Salute, King. Who does he support? Who does he support?
Chelsea Football Club.
Man. So is he bantering you now? Is he happy?
Yeah.
Is he happy with the Delap signing?
Of course he's happy. I just don't want to talk to him right now. I'm not in a mood.
Lwani is like, yo, go up to your room. Don't banter me about football. Go up to your room. Lwani, you're too harsh. You say you're not allowed to play out. You're grounded. When you were Chelsea playing United and Chelsea beat us, you look at your son and go, you get upstairs. I don't want to hear a
word. He comes and knock on the door. He come and knock on the door. He doesn't say anything. He knock on the door. He give me the look, and then he leaves. That's it.
That's what I love about African people, man. You don't even have to speak in it.
No, Dina. I feel sorry for us. I know I used to criticize you a lot. And I would say, hey, let's worry about the football. Let's worry about the person who's responsible for the product on the pitch, which is usually the manager. But there is more to this than just the football. You will not recommend a sibling of yours to come to a club that run on credit card. We literally run on credit card. We have a revolving line of credit that we're not able to pay The only thing we pay is the interest, and that's it. All our transfers are based on that. To the point that now I think even in the financial market, people know us as money borrowers as a club, that we just have so much debt, we saddle with so much debt that we can't just repay like that. So our only salvaging grace is to the for the Saudis to come and yank us out of the situation. And talking about the Saudis, we had
No, so
our
you
own
mean Qataris?
Saudis.
You mean the Qataris?
The Qataris, sorry, the Qataris. And talking about the Qataris, we have our own Qataris. The John Magna and GP McManus. They talking about real owners. These people own the majority of the share of the club back then. They own like 25%, and they even increased it almost 30%. But as majority shareholders, they never asked for a seat on the board. Never. That was our those are real owners. And then the only time they wanted to have a voting power is when they got into the argument, the hosting Sir Alex Ferguson. But then we hunted them out of the club. I watched some interview of Sir Alex Ferguson talking about he had run the club for 15 years and he never had any issue with transfers. And then suddenly, why are the Magnus partners attacking his family? Look, you made it personal, so they went to war with you, and then you hunted the fan to kick them out. And now the Glazers are here, and the rest is history.
Yeah. 100%. Big up to Trebles. Trebles, I've just seen your message. I'm sending you the link now. Jump on. Let me just send him the proper link. People, we're 50 likes away from our target. And big up to Matt message just said before. Obviously, it's tough for people's mental health without football for a while. But listen, the channel is there, people. This is the therapy channel, bro. This is the therapy channel. We're here. There you go, Trebles. Just jump on. But we're here, bro. We're here for everybody. Matt was saying it must be tough. He says, anyone feeling lost that football is over for the next while, you're not alone. Reach out, boys. Big up. So listen, Matthew, we're here. The channel is here for that, man. We're here. We're here to talk open and honestly about how we're feeling. And that, you know what I mean? You're always going to get the football chat. You're just not watching the football as much. But the football chat ain't going nowhere. Lwani, so today we'll come in, we'll get into it a little bit. Everybody's talking about this Imbermo business. And then I'm seeing this. Let me just get this up. Big up. Let me just get this up so that people have it, to be fair. Let me just get this up so people have it, actually. But this is what's being reported by Chris Wheeler. Obviously, it's a news. We're only dealing with the news. We give you our 2 pence. I don't believe in this story. I really do not believe in this story. Big up Trebles. Big up Trebles, man. Big up Trebles. Trebles, do you believe in this story about... Let me just share the link. Let me just show you both. And then we'll go into the Amad Diallo and whether we think Amad Diallo should apologize or not. But I think it's some sort of trend. I think the players might have dared him to do it. Something weird is going on with United players acting it out. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, Bruno Fernandes latest. His agent Miguel Pinio has held face-to-face talks with Al Hilal in Riyadh. The meeting, Four Seasons Hotel, went late onto the night. The Saudis issued 72-hour deadline on Monday, ready to pay Fernandes 200 million over the next 3 years and 100 million to United. Do you believe this, Treble? Do you believe that story? Yes or no?
I always say this, Nuruddin. I only believe things until I see it. That's with me. I have to see it to believe it. But if it's true, as I said a couple of weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I don't trust these rats to get the right replacement. Don't worry about Ineos, mate. I've got a lot of stuff to tell you about Ineos, bro. I don't even need to. It's what they do. They're going to sell him, and then you're going to get the right replacement. You know what we're going to be like, Nuruddin? And you might not like to agree. Oh, he's gone now. Is he gone?
Yeah, Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I'll
it's
talk to
okay.
you. Oh, they're trying to make us. Oh, he's back. Nordin, they're trying to make us look like Leeds United. We know when they sold Viduka, Harry Kewell on their man. Yeah, remember when Leeds sold all their best players and they got relegated? And they came
Yeah.
back after a few years, they got back relegated. Ineos are trying to turn us into Leeds. Leeds. Listen, Nordin. It's not even something to even laugh about. I genuinely mean this when I say this, yeah. These people who literally bootlickers, like you say, yeah, Ineos bootlickers, they absolutely get paid by the club or they get paid by Twitter. They are the most toxic positivity, man. Do you know what they tell you? We could be finishing top 10 next season. You know what they tell you? Is an improvement to where we finished last season. So you think from 15 to 10 was an improvement. This is what Ineos propaganda does to people. They koalas for the fan base for believing in their nonsense. Let me tell you something about Jim the Rat, yeah? Let me just tell you something. This guy here let Rashford and Anthony go and not get not even get a loan, not even get a loan in January. You think you're going to trust them with the right replacement? Yeah, I told you about Bruno Fernandes. I do not rate from the day he even walked to Old Trafford. I never rated him, but I'm gonna be here objective and trying to defend him. If he goes and we don't get the right replacement, you know who's gonna look bad? Not the fan base, Ineos, because their job was to get the right replacement. Garnacho's gone. Bruno might be going. They're gonna sell Kobe as well. I have a feeling they're gonna get. They're gonna sell Kobe. This is what Ineos gonna do: sell our players or sell our academy players, and or one of our best players, like the fan base go on about, and they're not gonna get the right replacement. And you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna start telling you, oh, 2028, 2030, 2035, we're gonna start winning the Premier League. This Jim Rat here, do not get me started with. He's gonna go to another. He's gonna do a part 2 podcast with G Neville. He's gonna coalesce the fan base. Do you know what he's gonna say to you, Nuruddin? You know what he's gonna say to him? I've made a mistake with Ruben Amorim. I'm not gonna make a mistake with the new manager, bruv. I know I didn't want to mention Amorim's name, but this manager, this rat, do never trust the word he says. He's like these people, Nuruddin. Do you know he's like these people? Do you know he's like these people? Do you know you don't listen? You know when one water comes out from another ear, another to another, that's Jim for you. He will never ever listen to fans. Do you know what? Yeah, I can give Richard Arnold a little bit credit here. Not that I rate him. I can give him. At least he engaged with the fans. At least he engaged with. Has Jim ever come around and says, "I want to talk to the fans"? He's never. Do you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna say, um, "If I get the abuse more, the more time the Glazers get the abuse out, you are not fucking walking. The only time you walk is if you can't buy the club and the Glazers tell you you can't buy us. Or he's not gonna buy the club. The Glazers will turn around and say we try to sell it, and they'll most likely will fucking stay. That's what's gonna happen. And he's gonna tell you, "Oh, I walk now. What do Man United fans want?" No, you did not want to walk. You just been told to walk. Jim is a proper, what do you call these people that lie? A proper liar, and he thinks he's good
Psychopath,
at.
mate. Psychopathic billionaires.
He's a that's the word.
Psychopathic
Psycho,
broadcast billionaires. Let's
it's
get
a
it right.
broadcast billionaire, and do you know what it is? Yeah, I tell you this. I'm just gonna wrap so you can go. These guys that fall for the Ineos prop and do this, you are a bootlicker, and you do not want the club to succeed. I'm telling you right now, you're right. Rivals fans can't banter me. The Glazers and Ineos have bantered us so badly, yeah, that rival fans don't even laugh at us anymore. They are more scared of Aston Villa, Newcastle, Nottingham Forest than us right now. Because them 3 teams that I've named have finished above us this season. And I'm saying we're not even guaranteed getting a top 8 next season. Who are we gonna get? Tell me who are we gonna get? Tell me. And Benway is gonna probably go Newcastle. The strong talks that he might go to Newcastle. Who are we gonna get? Tell me. Not even Delap situation. I don't rate him, but the Delap situation. Are you that surprised? Are you that surprised? Why is everybody surprised? I didn't want him in the first place, but I'm just saying, why are people surprised? Everybody starts to clock on. This club is a graveyard. It's a graveyard. The only way teams will respect us if you get new owners, yeah, a proper footballing people, and I know you don't want to say it, a proper fucking manager. That's just my thoughts in it. I swear.
I have a question for you, my brother. You
Yeah.
did talk about Jim Radcliffe and his ability to affect the dealing of the club. Do you think that do you think that Omar Barada, if he make any footballing decision when it comes to transfer, like selling Bruno, do you think Jim Radcliffe will override that decision?
Would you say it again?
I
Basically,
say,
what he said is, do you think if Omar Barada made the decision to get rid of Bruno, that Jim will be like, no, don't do it. By the way, loads of different journalists, especially those of ESPN, literally say that Jim is involved in everything that's happening. But go ahead. So that's what they report. That they report, especially ESPN. Mark Ogden and the other guy, the other Mancunian guy who's a United fan. They always say Jim is micromanager. He's involved in everything. Go ahead, Trebles. Do you think Jim will stop the sale of Bruno, basically?
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm a 50-50 on this. I don't know what Jim or Barad are gonna do, but I'll tell you one thing. If he ends up staying, yeah, the fan base will be like, we can never do a rebuild. We can never do a rebuild. We can never do a rebuild. To be honest, the fan base are going to be in for a rude awakening. I'll be honest. I know my stance. So you know when people tell you you're Amarin and what do you call Nuruddin, you never wanted Amarin. That's why I respect you. What you say, you just see the bigger problems. I never wanted Bruno. I don't rate Bruno, but I just look at it objectively. Think I do not trust these rats to get the right replacement, and people don't know this. Yeah, be careful what you wish for. Be careful because end of the day, if you end up selling them and not get the right one, you end up look worse. Who's gonna get the whole blame? You can't blame the fans because the fans not made a decision. They can only say you want him gone. It's Indios that's gonna get the blame.
but
It's Omar Barad.
what is the right
Can I just
replacement
correct this?
for Bruno?
1 second, Damian. Breaking news to you, bro. Semenyo is 70 million. He's not on a free. I don't know who Samuel is. Mbermo is Newcastle are favourites to sign Mbermo. Cunha is the only player that we've bought. So I don't know who Semenyo is. He's not free. Semenyo, who plays for Bournemouth, if you're talking about the same player, he's not free. They're asking for 70 million. Big up to you, though. Go ahead, Lwani.
Yeah, I wanted to ask.
Semedo. Oh, you mean, okay, sorry. Semedo. Semedo's 31 years old, man. He's a wash. Wolves are trying to get rid of him, so we're getting Wolves rejects. Matt, tell us about Semedo. Tell us, Matt is a Wolves fan. Our man is our man in the Wolves, in the Black Country. Matt, that area of the Midlands, of England, they call them the Black Country because there was too many factories and a lot of the working class people there used to work in factories. So all the like the stuff they used to call it Black Country because they will be covered in pollution, basically pollution from the factories. But Matt,
My question to Treble
Semedo.
was, I wanted to ask Treble, who does he think the right replacement for Bruno is? Because from what I'm looking at, Bruno was the wrong profile of player to build around for the phase that we were in to start with.
Go ahead, Treble. Are you there? I think he's having a cup of tea. He's having a piss.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can
we
you
hear
hear
you. Go ahead.
me? Yeah. Sorry, I was on mute. Basically, the right replacement. Yeah, I don't think about names in it. You see, I'm coming from like me. I'm not saying keep Bruno, and I'm not saying, I'm saying if you want to sell him, sell him. Like I'm not bothered. I'm not asked. Any player can leave in it. I'm not a player FC. But what I'm saying is, I when I say I don't trust these guys to get the right replacement, I've seen red flags in them. I've seen red flags in them. Literally, I've seen red flags in them. They could even get a loan in January, but even one loan in. They got rid of Anthony and Rashford. Yeah, they couldn't even get. I don't trust them. And the right replacement right now, I don't know. I'm looking at one player that's good, but he's not going to come to us Eze. Yeah, that's one player that's good. You know what I mean? That's the only one. Ryan and Shirky is going to Man City possibly. Up top of that, I don't know many names. You see, I'm coming from. John Neves would have been an option, but he's in PSG. Last year, I wanted him. I was one of these people saying, go get him. Instead of getting Ugarte, drop that bread and get him. But he went to PSG, and now people are talking about how good he is, this and that. You know what I mean? He's like, it's the Champions League final Saturday, right? Yeah, so
Yep.
I don't. Yeah. Also, I don't know when it is. If it's Saturday, then everybody's going to be tuning in and watching that. So,
No, no, I
so
think when it comes to this Bruno decision, it's probably going to be a balance, a fine line, a balance between Jim Radcliffe's desire to sell jersey or to be unpopular or popular with the fan versus the football acumen of Omar Berrada. Because if Omar Berrada is as smart as a football man as he is, he will understand that the phase that we are in now, Bruno is kind of, I won't go to say detrimental to a rebuild, but Bruno is the kind of player you add in a team that is already there. So, but it's probably going to be a fine balance between both of them. And when you see Amorim, the Portuguese buyers, obviously, because him and Bruno have been talking to each other lately, like if they were brothers. Um, so I don't know how much Amorim's willingness to keep Bruno will also influence that decision, but it's something we we need to look at as well.
Well, people, we are 32 likes. We're no, actually 28 likes away from our target. Please
Nuruddin, I
smash a
don't.
like, subscribe to
Nuruddin,
the channel if you're not already subscribed. The bigger thing for me about Bruno replacing, I don't think you can replace Bruno with one player. Manchester United need a proper midfield. Manchester United need a proper midfield, and they need to have proper number 10s. So at the end of the day, it's not just about replacing like for like. I'm not about replacing like for like. Like Lwani elegantly explained, Bruno was the wrong profile for this Manchester United team anyway. And in this system, I genuinely don't think he fits in. That's why he plays him as a number 8. You know, he drops him back into midfield. And he start. Let me finish, Rebel. 1 second. Write your question down and we'll come to you. Let me just finish this because I'm gonna forget if I don't get this out. Bruno Fernandes in this system doesn't work as a number 10. Bruno Fernandes, a number 8, is too weak physically. He is too positionally indisciplined, and he gets too frustrated, and he starts hoofing balls. You need proper midfield, and that's why I'm saying this idea of going with Amorim with this system and him vacating this midfield is gonna be the biggest slap in the face wake up call to this fan base who keep singing his songs about him. At the end of the day, this ain't gonna work in the Premier League. It worked in Sporting and in the Portuguese league. It ain't working here, pal. It's not working here because you're not replacing 17 players with brand new 17 players like Sporting Lisbon, which is fan-owned football club, did. We're not doing that. So this idea with his Bruno dreams, and by the way, time and space continuing, your waffle is just getting waffle right now. Bruno Fernandes for 18 months was shite. He found form 4 months before the end of the season, and all of a sudden he's God's gift to Manchester United. Give it a fucking rest. Give it a rest. Him as the captain, Manchester United finished 8th. Manchester United went and doubled it and finished 16th. So give it a fucking rest with you. Oh my God!
People love
people
love hypotheticals. You know, when you talk to people, they try to tell you, "Oh, where will we be without Bruno Fernandes?" That's hypothetical. We don't know, but
we are.
What is
tell you where we are.
What is fact? We know where we are with him. We are 15.
Go ahead, Trebles.
So that cannot be denied.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Do you know what it is? Yeah. Do you know when people get too giddy and say, "Oh, United gonna do this next season. We're gonna be this." What gives them the confidence? Yeah, of of us actually having a good season next season. Because let's just be honest, yeah, Kobe Manu, he might be out the door because his manager don't rate him. If he gets sold and we get money from him, that's two players that are gone. Garnacho as well. He's not a midfielder, but Garnacho's gone. I agree with that decision. I think Garnacho, he's okay, good player, yeah. But the thing with him is the ego thing, innit? And I don't like that kind of behavior in it. And cool, you can get rid of him, fair. That's three players you got to replace, and Ineos gonna have a lot of money to spend after that. 100 million, yeah, for 40 million for thingy, um, Garnacho. I don't know how much Kobe's going for, but I'm hearing that they possibly could do that. I don't trust Ineos. What they have to offload, then it's sell to buy now, innit? Because apparently we're broke, we're skint. Yeah,
I
I
don't
don't know
believe any
what.
of that bullshit. We're not skint. I don't believe any of that bullshit. I'm not
Then you,
buying that. Why is the club clear the debt? The club won't be skint. Clear the fucking debt. Clear the debt with your own money. Clear the debt with the money that Manchester United have made you. I don't buy any of that bullshit. That's a bullshit talking point from Glazers and Ineos. You wanted to buy Manchester United. Clear the fucking debt. Clear the debt. Clear the debt. It's
You
simple.
know what had me worried, Nuruddin, about this Bruno Fernandes and the system? You spot on when you say that he doesn't even fit in the system. I went back and watched some of the Crystal Palace game just to see the way Glasner deployed the system and compare it to how Amorim deployed his system. When you look at the zone in which Jefferson Lerma and Will Hughes, because I didn't watch Walton, Jefferson Lerma and Will Hughes, the zone in which they pick up the ball as DM. And if you watch the zone in which Eze and Sa pick up the ball as 10, it's completely different. None of those quartet play like Bruno Fernandes. Now, if you want to say the closest, it's probably Eze. But Eze is a tremendous ball carrier and qualities that Bruno doesn't have. So the dynamic in that midfield of Crystal Palace, not only the way they deploy in the system, but the individual quality of the players that play in that midfield four is different. And the aberration in this is Bruno. That's the thing. You cannot compare him the way he plays. I've seen him many times. His ammo is to drop in the back four and then hoof the ball forward. I've never seen Phil Hughes do that. I've never seen Eze on that. I've never seen Sa do that. Lerma doesn't do that. So what's going on? They play specifically to the instruction of Glasner. You see, when the center backs have the ball, sometimes Hughes and Lerma will go. They will position themselves as left back and right back to collect the ball. While Munoz and the other left back, I forgot his name, they all up high the pitch. Sometimes they'll both come in the middle. Hughes and Lerma will come in the middle, and they'll start looking for the space in the middle. At that point, there is a corridor in which Eze and Sa drop. They drop all the way below the midfield line. They come to collect the ball all the way in their own half sometimes. Something I don't see Garnacho or Ahmad do when they're in the 10, because Garnacho is hugging the wing all the way up the pitch, and Ahmad is sometimes hugging the wing as well. So what he does, he make the Crystal Palace system a little bit more dynamic, and he make our system a little bit too predictable. So I'm not too sure how Amorim is gonna fix that coming next season, regardless of what profile you give him.
Can I just say something, Nuruddin? I'm gonna be honest. I would actually respect him, yeah, if he actually goes to a back four, because I think he'll work on the back four. But the way he, I'll be honest, it's you see me. I've always been a guy that likes a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1 in it. You see where I'm coming from? But this this guy's system relies on tens, and to me, I've seen this. I've seen it. Yeah, the guys like Ruben Amorim does not respect me. They used to say Eric Ten Hag don't respect the midfield. Have you seen Amorim now? Have you seen how many times that we've been caught open in that midfield, and teams have not punished us? There's few teams that punished. Bournemouth punished us. They slapped us. They went through that midfield, gave it to a player, and a player's system said made us score the third goal, and it was 3-0. See how much we get vulnerable we are. This guy's system is not gonna work. It's gonna be, do you know what I think? We're gonna probably get him these players. It's
Listen,
gonna
Shaq,
end up not working, in my opinion, and we're gonna have
li-
to get rid of him.
listen, at the end of the day, I've already said it.
You know what I'm
Talk to
saying?
me in December, January time. There you go. Andre Unana. I don't know if any of you can see it, but there it is. Andre Unana literally said this. Look what Andre says. Andre Unana, people called Amarin the worst manager, but he has his idea and he will not change his style of play. We have to adapt to his vision. Unana, you know. That's low key.
That's a stupid, selfish statement. I don't care what idea Amorim have. We 15. We're losing game. We're losing game. What does that have to do?
You know what though, yeah? I'm
That
gonna
is the
say
funniest,
this.
man. You gotta give it up for Unana, man.
I'm
Unana
gonna
says we have to adapt to his vision. We're 15th, mate.
let me tell you something, yeah. This man, yeah, him, I would say Dalo, into extent, Rasmus Højlund. These three will get this man sacked. I'm telling you, Nuruddin, let him persist with these three. Let him. Because he likes Højlund, because he runs. Yeah, he runs. I don't see any run. When I watch Højlund, I'm not gonna lie.
No, I don't
and
think he
hate
likes Holland. I think he just plays him to death. Let me just get the super chat. 1 second.
it. All right, cool.
Matt says, "Can I come on your channel next time you're live? You go live. You're 100%. And next season when we play you, we're gonna have to do the preview because we're down to your level now. We're not talking about the big six anymore. We're talking about you're the real rivals now, Matt. Your Wolves, Bournemouths, Brightons, West Hams. They're the teams that we're challenging with right now. That's who we're challenging with. So yeah." Actually, Bournemouth might be a bit too high for us, but Wolves, West Ham, they're the teams that we're challenging.
I can name you more than 5 teams that will finish above us next season. Do you want me to name them, Nuruddin?
Yeah, go ahead. Knock yourself out, bro.
Fulham.
Oh, yeah, Fulham.
Fulham, definitely. Brighton, Forest, Aston Villa, Newcastle, everything. Bournemouth, Spurs. Who else is there? Brentford, Palace. Everybody that was on that comment calls me pessimistic. Feel free. I've seen football with my eyes. These owners, most of these players, manager included, I know you don't want to say it, giving me zero hope. Not even Ahmad now, and I like Ahmad and big him up for what he done. Yeah, I would have done the same thing. Yes, he can't be violent because he's gonna lose his job. Yeah, he doesn't want to do that, but big him up. Anybody that does not defend his mother's name, you're a coward in disgrace. Big him up for that. And he said, yeah, cool, big him up for that. I like what he done. And he shouldn't have apologized. Yeah, he said he don't regret what he done. But yeah, but big up. Basically, even Amad Diallo, I've seen him. I don't think he looks bothered anymore, bro. Because even towards Amran, when he first came, in January, when we played Southampton, if Ahmad was not on that pitch, we would have lost to Southampton. We wouldn't have seen that victory. We wouldn't have seen the Manchester Derby victory. We would have lost to Liverpool at Anfield. all these specific games that Ahmad carried us, yeah, if you take away 9 points out of these games, where would we be sitting right now? We would not even be on 40 something points. We would be so close to relegation. We would just about survive just one. But the thing is, do I blame him? No, because other people are around him are shit. It's Xerxes. I'll give him. He's alright. He's not that bad. But this manager has that obsession with playing Hoyland instead of Xerxes because you know what? He runs. Have you seen what Xerxes can bring in a team when he starts compared to Hoyland? Have you seen? Do you, it's like people used to say Ten Hag don't like good footballers. Does Amro like good footballers? Or he likes a headless chicken that plays like he's fucking alcoholic. Come on, bro. And this is why, not because I'm Amron out, and this is why I can never ever trust him, even if he buys his players. He just does the basic stupid. Look at it in the cup final. We're losing, yeah. You need goals, right? You need goals. The guy brings on Dallo. Is Dallo gonna score you, bro? Nuruddin, I seen a video of you years ago when we had Jose. You crucified him for keep playing Matic. This manager, he's bringing on defenders when you need a fucking goal in the European final. I know you don't care. Oh, bro. Do you know, watching that back, it infuriated me for I nearly smashed my phone and I had to get a new screen. I swear this manager's in-game management stinks. Listen, if he keeps doing this, not only I've already lost faith in him, he's going to lose a lot of match day going fans. They're going to question him. Hold on a second. Why are you not using attackers? Why are you using defenders? Arsenal fans, prime example, they are calling Arteta out for doing exactly the same. I know they're in a better position than us, but I'm using this. He's putting on defenders when you need attackers, when he goes. Where's the pen? You have to ask yourself here, and this is a good point, and what I'm about to say, yeah. He said the players should be booed every week. Why do you hold accountable? You should also be getting booed because what you're doing is not even a criminal matter. It's a jail matter. That is a prison sentence, bro. You've committed the biggest fraud, and you're telling the players should be booed. I agree, the players should be booed. They should be booed at half time. They should be booed full time. You have to be booed too, because you're just as accountable as they are. But you know what? You're not going to. This thing about him walking, he's not going to walk. Yeah, I'm telling you this. You are not going to walk from 8 million, Nuruddin. And the other guy, whatever your name is, you are not going to walk away from 8 million. No. Don't try to koalas me. He is not going to walk away. He's only saying that because he knows these motherfuckers are not going to sack him. And you know what? Sacking him ain't going to solve zilch. But to actually underperform and demand things and think that you can't be held accountable, you can't be booed just as the players, that just tells you think you're bigger than the club. I want to just wrap on this. If you believe in Ineos, yeah, you are a Liverpool fan and you're a Man City fan. If you believe in Ineos, you don't want Man United to succeed. If you, I tell you, I'm not gonna say their names. I go on spaces with them. They are the biggest in. You know what they're doing now, yeah? I've been fair. I called Amran out, but I always talk about the real issues, which is Ineos. You see me on your channel every day. I talk about Ineos. You know what they do, Nuruddin? They talk about Amran, but they'll never talk about Ineos. Every single time. And Nuruddin, you know who it is. I'm not going to say his name. You go on spaces with them. You know who they are. He will never call out Ineos. They will never, ever. Do you know why? I'll tell you why. It's because they're on the payroll. I'm telling you, some people on this on Twitter platform get paid by Elon or someone. They will never call Ineos out. They won't even criticize them. That's how bad it is. I'm not even telling people you have to be Ineos out, but they will never hold them accountable. Why? Because it doesn't fit the narrative. I've been both. I don't want this manager because I don't. I think he's failed. Yeah, if he proves me wrong, I'll come on here and say he proved me wrong. But to let Ineos off the hook when they time and time and time made decisions, Ruben didn't want to come in the summer. So didn't want to come mid-season. He wanted to come in the summer, but they said no. He said no, I can't because he's our sport. Then they brought him in mid-season and said now is never. If you say now is never, why did he fucking back him January?
Well,
Why
that's
did he
what I was
get him
saying to you. This is what I asked myself, the people who defend Ineos. But big up to you. Lwani, walking out in Malaysia, Ahmad did this to the crowd. Apparently somebody was abusing him. He then had to come out and apologize. Do you agree with that? Do you think fans abuse a footballer outside of the pitch, on the street? Do you think footballers have the right to give it back?
I have agreed with that since Eric Cantona went to 2-foot somebody in the stand. I don't have.
Well, that's on the football pitch.
And since when Zinedine Zidane headbutt that guy for abusing his family, you know, we are all emotional beings. Or if you think you're brave enough to insult somebody's family, you should be able to get what's coming to you. That's I don't condone violence, but when it comes to that, I agree with Hamad on that. He have to defend himself first. He have to defend the integrity of his family. I saw something on the chat. Somebody on the chat put something about we need, for this system, we need elite wingers. And sometimes I've heard you talk about that, Nuruddin.
I said that. Yeah. The wing backs have to be wingers.
But when I think about it, I actually think that even that will not work, you know, because Nuruddin, with the Premier League, we know that most of the team will low block you in a back five, or they will low block you in a 4-4-2. So regardless of who you have, you can have Prime Neymar on one side and Prime Ruben on one side. If you face against a low block of two defenders versus one striker or versus one winger, you still asking for the winger to do too much. If as a coach you're asking your players, you put in the burden of creativity on your players on the wing, you're asking them for too much. If as a coach you are refusing to play through the middle and your point of attack is always going to be through the wing, you are making your team very predictable. This just keeps football dynamic. Everything goes through the middle, and let the player in the middle make the decision who he's going to pass the ball to. Once the ball goes on the wing and you're creating a situation of isolation, it becomes an isolation between a player and another player. The consistency is gone. System give us consistency. The players will give us a flash in a pan or a moment of brilliance, and we cannot rely on that game by game to climb up the table or to become a consistent team. We have to be able to use both aspects of football: play through the middle, play through the wing when it demands, and play through the middle when it demanded. But we cannot just say, hey, let's bring two world beaters, put them on the wing because the system favorize the wing, because that's where the space is going to be. So what if the other coach decide, you know what, I'm not going to give you the space, I'm going to low block you, I'm going to play a back five like Tottenham did to us. I've seen Arsenal low block Sporting Lisbon and put 4 past them convincingly. Gyökeres was nowhere to be found. So I'm not too sure at all.
Listen, the biggest thing is this. I'm looking at it in the Premier League. In the Premier League, what you need to do is, when I watched Amorim, the way we play, the space is always in the wide areas. In the wide areas, you need to be able to have competent wingers who can isolate players one-on-one. People can low block us, but if the two guys, their wing backs, ask to go out to us, and we've got wingers who can take them on and beat them, then we're onto their back three. we're onto their back through Lwani. So for me, the space in the football pitch with the way that Amarim's coach Manchester United is the wing backs. That is where the space is. You need to be able to have people who can make the difference. Big up to Devin. Devin said, I saw multiple clips. No one abused him. He's been throwing fingers with Garnacho. There is 7 different pics of him and Garnacho sagging and throwing the fingers. Right. Well, if he's doing that, then he's a dickhead. If he's doing that, then he's a dickhead. If
and to be honest, he has been a dickhead for quite a little bit now. Because last game, you remember last game, he was mouthing off at the referee and he got a yellow card.
Ahmad.
Yeah, Ahmad. Yeah, he got
at the end of the day, well, then he
needs
to learn, because making lies up about fans is a disgrace. It's a disgraceful. If that's true, but we need to see what the reporting is. We need to see that. But if this is true, then I'm happy to come and correct the record and come and say, yes. To me, it's about a position of principle. If you're not on the football pitch, if you're out and about in life, on the street, you come in with a coach, you go in on a coach, and fans abuse you, you're allowed to reply back because you're a human being. You're a human being. But people, we're going to wrap it up there. Big up to everybody. Please smash a like on the video. Let's see if we reached our target. And let me tell you about the poll. So the poll was that if you're a Premier League player, and I forgot to add a top Premier League player, or a top European club, or play for a top European club, are you signing for Manchester United? So yay, 35%. No, 65%. So 65% has won. That's what's happened. 65% gang have won. And let me see. Have we made it to 200 likes? Oh, we're too short. 2 likes short of 200 likes. Please, 2 of you, just like the video quickly so we can celebrate our target.
I did.
Yeah, big up to everybody. It is what it is. Big up to all of you. We discussed tonight, to sum it up, Manchester United have been rejected by Delap. We've explained to you the reasons why. He was their number 1 target in the striking department, their number 1 target, and he's rejected them. It's an absolute joke of a football club. He's gone to Chelsea. Lwani and myself have broke it down. He wants to be in the World Cup squad for next season, when he wants to be on the plane with England for next summer. And he's looked at it and thought, Chelsea have better creative players, better midfield than Manchester United. I'm going to score more goals in Chelsea team. And that's what it's come down to. He's not choosing a team that's full of clowns. Big up to our brother coming with the late super chat. The way Amorim can help himself is by stop calling his formation a system. Now he looks like a bug if he changes it. But all good managers play different formation, even if they have one style of play. There you go. There you go. You got football education there.
Good
comment. The URT. Yeah.
That's the good education there. Big up to you, bro. Ty. Big up, Tay. Tay, anytime, bro. Anytime. Anytime. Because any other system, whatever the formation is, you can play either attacking football or defensive
Great
football.
super chat.
Yeah, or defensive football. We've said it on the channel before. So it depends on what the formation is. You can play either attacking football or defensive football. And I've said this coach is a negative coach. He's a negative manager. We have 7 at the back, including a goalkeeper, 8, and 3 up front.
And what is funny as
when
well,
I said first, we got 5 at the back. I said we don't play 3. This is the most laughable thing ever. When people tell me we play 3-4-3, get the fuck out of here, man. Listen, save it for the next stream. Big up to every one of you. Free Palestine, free Lebanon, free Congo, free Sudan, free Tigray, free Ogaden, free the people, free them all. Fuck Ineos, fuck the Glazers, fuck the Zionist entity, fuck the genocidal bastards, fuck the war machine, fuck the racist colonizers, wherever they may be. Solidarity and love people who are oppressed around this world. Because of their religion, because of their race, because of their ethnicity, because of their orientation. We don't stand for any of that hate. Everybody's welcome here. Love and like to all of you. You've been a fantastic audience. It's 1 o'clock. It's nearly 1 o'clock. Wow. It's 1:30 here in the UK. I need to go to bed. 1:20. Yeah? 3 Manchester United fans from Glazers and Ineos.
Do you know what I
Facts.
think? Can I just wrap this up?
No, Jumbles, you have to save it for the next stream. Save it for the next stream. We'll be live tomorrow again. Big up to all you lot. Smash a like on your video on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. If Ahmad is lying about the fans abusing him, then F him. Bruno Fernandes, I don't believe a word of it that Bruno's leaving Manchester United. But Manchester United have yet again been embarrassed by Chelsea. In the last 20-odd years, every player Chelsea or Manchester United are competing for, Chelsea always win. They always beat us to every player. That is laughable. It's embarrassment. It's embarrassing. Absolute clowns. Barada is a clown. Wilcox is a clown. Dodgy Davis a clown. Jim the Glazer is a clown. And the Glazers are clowns. They're the people who own your football club. So for me, rival fans can never banter me or you or anyone else. Because we are owned by the biggest clowns in world football. Fact. But the comedy continues. We'll be live again for another episode of Comedy FC. Comedy FC. There'll be more jokes tomorrow. Big up to everybody. Delap, decent player, needs developmental coaching. He'll get his way. Hopefully, we wish him all the best. I don't blame the kid. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't come to Manchester United either. Big up. We play 5-2-3 formation. Facts. But yeah, free Palestine. Fuck Google. Fuck YouTube for shadow banning us. But we don't care. Because we'd rather stand up for humanity. Lwani, big up Lwani. Lwani, at Mawan Lwani 1979. Check him out on X. Trucker, the United Trucker on Road, mate. Check him out. New channel hopefully coming. United Trucker on the road.
Hopefully one day. Hopefully. When I retire.
Yeah. Big up.
Good night.
Big up to Matt. Big up. Somebody said Calvin Lewin, the most injury-prone striker in world football history. Inbound. Oh, God. It's laughable. Laughable. But big up for the people who did a super chat as well. And this is lightning. We got 16 of 18 points against relegation teams. If you don't repeat that, we're going down next season. Facts. Love and light. Take care. Good night, people.
Good night.
Free Palestine.